Today we are doing a Thavas deck profile post GBT13. Now obviously those cards aren't out yet in English, so I proxied them. I have actually been testing these for 2 weeks and lots of people have been asking for the deck profile. But first let me shift your attention to this beautiful playmat. You can get that in a link in the description. Getting into the profile, first off, the 4 new Thavas. Now it really saddens me because I had 4 of the old one already in SP, but this new one is just way too good. He handles control like the Nile Griffin and Header around so well. He also gives you a back row attacker, which makes Stacia less important, giving you more room in the grade 1 section, and he also has an amazing rearguard skill which you can abuse with Alexandros, our new stride. Regardless, we still run 3 of the old Thavas because all our new cards actually want Thavas on the Vanguard, and he's actually still a really good ride target against decks like Blaster, Battle Sister and Luard. Regardless though, you will usually still want to ride the new one, but you just never want to be on a non-Thavas Vanguard. For Tidal Assault, some people seem to be talking about leaving him out now because we have so many options. I disagree wholeheartedly. Our new cards use even more counterblast. This deck has become so counterblast heavy that he just became even more important. He still hits for insane numbers with Alexandros and doesn't cost the resources some other cards need. For Adelaide, still the best late game restander. She's just so versatile, and together with Alexandros, she's just insane. 3 Shipra, she's our new girl. She's very, very good. She gives you draws, just like Melania, but then on grade 2. She also has resist, which is really handy in the control matchup. Just an all-around really versatile card. She's also an 11k body, which means you don't have to call a booster. For Stride Fodder still, of course, you also get to fetch your ideal Thavas. For Unflip PG, we still don't have an amazing perfect guard, but luckily we have so much counterblast to use, this guy actually comes really in handy. For Melania, because she's just still amazing. And 3 Ortia. Now, some people might be thinking, oh, why not Chloris? And I love Chloris, like it's a solid card, but the more I tested, the more I saw that she's often a really dead card, because she's only really useful in the late game when you've G-guarded a lot of times already, and by then you technically should have won. So this Ortia really gives you some of the extra power you need. If you don't know yet, Ortia basically allows you to do 4 attacks with 1 rearguard, or at least like a triple attack post triggers together with Alexandros. What you would basically do is, you have Ortia here, you have, let's say, the new Thavas. You pump the Thavas up with Alexandros. You swing, you restand. You swing boosted, you restand again. You swing again. If that guy has a crit, that's insane pressure. For Kelpie Rider Petros, obviously we use more Soul now because of our new G-Guard. For Supersonic Sailor, we use loads of counterblast, so makes sense. For Draw, she's still nice to pump up Tidal. I use her less now, actually. Some people might be running like 6 draws, I get that, but I really like Petros and Supersonic Sailor, so for now I'm still sticking with 4. 4 of the new heal. The heal basically allows you to counter charge. You never use it for Soul Charge. Mitros. Now, I actually have another idea for a build with Bubble Edge Draco Kid, but for now I'm running more of the cookie cutter aggressive build with Mitros. He's just very nice. You usually can go first ride Alexandros, then call down your champion right here, and champion then gets all the triggers and you just swing twice. Nice pressure from the get-go. Getting into strides. We still run 2 Lambros, because he's just free. You use so much counterblast in this deck, you will sometimes still want him. But overall it's manageable, so it's pretty rare that you actually go into him. I run 2 Wailing still, but I might actually lower that number. 2 Commander. Against Link Joker, maybe sometimes. And also when stuff just goes totally wrong. 3 Alexandros. You generally won't need more. He's just such an insane finisher. This guy alone saved the clan. He will allow you to restand so much. The old problem with Aquaforce was that your rear guards were your way to hit waves. So if you missed a rear guard, you were in big trouble. You couldn't really recover because your whole turn turned vanilla the second you lost some of your rear guards. This guy is the opposite. He creates the multiple battles because he doesn't have to swing fourth. He can swing second or third. You can do some insane things already with just 1 rear guard, but that's still unideal. Regardless though, this guy just saved us so hard. And then 1, oh boy, Megiddo. As expected, I have been testing him and I went into him like 3 times, maybe 4. You can literally count the times he was useful on one hand. And I have been testing for like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's a nice to have, but he's definitely not the finisher some people are thinking he is. The whole thing is, Alexandros is the finisher. If you have the setup, you Alexandros to finish. The only moment where this guy is awesome is when you are bricking super hard, when you got disrupted, when you are going up against a tier 1 deck that just wiped your whole field, that wiped your hand, and you are now in a corner. Normally, this would mean you draw, and okay, you can stride, but you're vanilla, and next turn you lose. Now you can punish. Now you can go, okay, so this is my last chance, I go into Megiddo, and who knows, maybe I win. It's definitely not a super needed card. It will come in handy maybe once in 20 games. So if you can't afford it, I would just run an extra Alexandros or an extra G-Guard option. Obviously this is proxy, so I might have to do that myself. 1 Sea Breeze, unideal to go into, but sometimes you're forced. 1 Ice Barrier. The free 36k shield is still pretty nice, but usually you won't go into it. 1 of this, she just allows you to flip the other one and then simultaneously get some really nice big protection if you have a full field. And then 3 of the new one. This girl saved so much. So not only is she second or third battle while Ice Barrier is 1 or 4th, she flips herself back down and then allows you to countercharge or unlock. First of all, she completely fucks with chaos because we finally get an open front row. Or in every other matchup, she allows you to countercharge, which is a very, very necessary resource. So overall, she's just super important. That was it for this deck profile. If you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Like a large majority of my videos are Aquaforce based, you will see a lot of my stuff around the G Booster Set 13 release. I have like way more ideas for builds, I will be doing them. Also click the bell button to stay up to date. Like the video if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments down below what you thought, what are your thoughts, what are your builds, anything basically, so we can get a discussion going. Ciao!